Jenica was dubbed the Queen Pin during the height of the 1980s crack epidemic when she rose to the top of the Los Angeles cocaine trade. She was kicked out of her home at an early age and had to find a way to support herself. This forced her to strike a partnership with Anthony Daff Mosley, an older man who ran a lucrative cocaine trafficking business. That partnership turned into marriage and they had a son together. However, Mosley would be murdered in a drive-by shooting that left Thompson devastated. But being the tough-as-nails woman she was, Jenica got on her feet and took over her husband's cocaine business and expanding it all across the United States, while also investing in a LA-based hair business that sold products to celebrities. For a time, she dated a man named Cheese, but when they broke up, he ratted on her to the authorities. Jenica spent the next 2 years of her life on the run, but in 1993, when her son's 6th grade graduation ceremony was set to take place, Jenica came home to support her son. The police, however, were waiting for her at the ceremony and had her arrested, served time in a maximum security prison until 2005. She is, however, an evangelical minister now. La Sonora. Clara Elena Labernine was a former beauty queen from Sonora State. She married Hector Beltran, El Chapo's former partner in the Sinaloa cartel. Clara is known as La Sonora, or the Mrs., because her husband treated her like a trophy bride. When Beltran Leyva broke with El Chapo in 2008, Clara was enlisted to direct the money laundering component of her husband's cartel. In 2010, she was kidnapped by a rival group and photographed in captivity, blindfolded with her hands and feet bound and automatic rifles pointed at her. After 13 days, she was released and returned to manage the cartel's finances. 4 years later, when her husband was arrested, Labernine became the head of the cartel, and she launched one of the bloodiest waves of violence in Acapulco to establish herself as boss. Her time at the top was a brutal campaign for dominance that turned the resort city into Mexico's murder capital. Tourists were caught in the crossfire and forced to step over bullet-ridden bodies. She got arrested by the authorities sometime in 2016. However, Labernine said she was no longer part of the cartel, a convenient thing to say after all the atrocities she had committed.